Hello everyone, Flo here, and in today's video we'll be talking about the aftermath and conclusion to a video that got me a warning on my channel. Now, it's not always happening. I usually do my best to avoid those scenarios, but as I tried to help a victim that I will call Claire for the sake of their privacy to speak out against their rumors, it appears that YouTube did not appreciate that and thought that I was myself putting kids at risk. So I had to upload the video on an alternative account. It is accessible in the description of my video, and all of the evidence will be there, as I don't think I'll be able to show any form of evidence in this very video, as I do not want to get community striked. Before we proceed, of course, trigger warnings. If you are sensitive and uncomfortable with the topics shown on screen, please click off the video. It is definitely not made for you, if that's the case. Finally, if you ever were to stumble upon the actors and people mentioned within this video, please do not attack them or harass them. That will not help solve the situation anyways. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The conclusion to a side story to one of the gacha community's biggest and notorious and darkest events. Allow me to present to you why you should not support Lentally, reason I do not know at this point. So, as I was helping Claire speaking out regarding their situation and interactions with Lentally, I digged a bit deeper regarding the dates. Well, it seems that Claire has been interacting a lot sexually with Len around August of 2020. And to my surprise, Sophia's interactions with Lentally, back when Lentally was exposed for it, also overlap with Claire's experiences, also being in August 2020. Do you know what that means? You don't? Do I really have to spell it out for you? Len has groomed multiple minors at the same time, meaning he does not feel any form of remorse whatsoever and will groom as much people as possible for his own personal gains. Okay, cool. Now we can move on. And now on to Drei's story, and unlike Len's, it is much more deep and complex, simply due to the fact that they actually reached out to me and shared their side of the story. And before I bore you to death and describe absolutely everything that I managed to find, I will try to wrap things up and summarize everything into 3 main key points. So key point number 1, Drei was not aware of Len's actions while he was trying to be with Claire. Now, I think I alluded to the possibility in my previous video that Drei and Len knew what the other was doing with Claire, but according to Drei, that was not the case, so I want to clear up the misunderstandings right off the bat. Second key point, the reason Claire and Drei got so close up to the point of the very explicit and sexual roleplays was simply because both were lonely and had very unhappy relationships. So they found comfort with one another and started off as online siblings. 2 online siblings that started up with erotic roleplays. Yeah, that sounds absolutely wild, and I do agree with you. Just because you are not happy with your significant other doesn't mean that you go on and have erotic role plays with other people, or specifically in that case, minors. Now on to third and final main key point as to why this entire situation was brought up in the first place: the shaming and bullying of Claire. And to understand why after 4 years this was brought up, we need to go back to what happened between Claire and Drei. And from there, you might have noticed that perspectives are very important to understand where this goes. And as much as I'm not qualified enough to give commentary on psychology or investigation, I will lay out what I found, and it is up to you to judge for yourself. Okay? Alright, let's start. As Claire and Drei's relationship started to grow, the materials that Claire was sent to Drei to entertain him became more sexual and more explicit. From Claire, Drei has never expressed any form of sign of disapproval, and in turn, this led to Claire submitting more materials, and slowly but surely, getting very sexual and very explicit. To Claire, it is very important to note that Drei could have stopped those interactions at any moment in time and did not. And so she holds Drei responsible for all of the things that happened between the two of them. He is the adult, he should have known better. As for Drei, he has tried to show some form of discomfort. However, he didn't want to hurt Claire's feelings, and so he didn't say things out loud. But he is aware that not saying things and not communicating how he felt was not the right call, and he is very aware of it. He wants to apologize to Claire once again for not taking the actions and the responsibilities he should have taken back then. So now that we know both perspectives, why did the bullying and shaming happen? According to both perspectives, this bullying and shaming happened on a voice chat, so no traces and no recordings were left of the conversation. And after that, well, again, the perspectives shift into two different stories and opinions. It's again a she said, he said. So I'll lay out it for you again. Do take it with a grain of salt and judge for yourself. On Claire's side, it appears that Drei has been involved into the shaming of Claire and has tried to downplay what happened 4 years ago, which is why Claire has come forward with her story. On the other hand, Drei has specifically mentioned that he did not involve himself with the shaming and bullying of Claire and was quite opposed to it. And he also mentioned that he has apologized to Claire on behalf of the people involved, which was, for him, friends and acquaintances of both sides. Communication and trust are two important factors, and it can also be applied on the internet. The internet can be very random at times, and it can be also very dangerous. You can find the most sweetest person you never thought you would find on this planet, and you can find someone who feels no remorse into putting you into such awful situations for their own self-benefit. It is okay to not feel comfortable when things happen. Do not hesitate to talk about it when something happens and you're not satisfied with it. If someone treats you badly, talk about it. If someone puts you in a very uncomfortable spot, talk about it. You shouldn't be afraid to speak out about your experiences, as people will support you no matter where you go. If you are interested, I will be linking awareness and prevention articles, posts, and images in order for you to read through, and who knows, maybe it will help you in the future. Finally, a conclusion. Drei wants his experience to be a cautionary tale of what not to do when interacting with a minor. He apologizes to Claire, which I'll link in the description for those interested, and he will stop content creation out of respect towards Claire. He desires privacy for himself, his loved ones, his circle, and does not wish to be associated with Len anymore. As for Claire, she is very grateful for all the kind support and encouragement she has been receiving for the past few weeks. And of course, it is only up to Claire to accept or deny Drei's apology. It is not up to you viewers. And finally, Claire will be able to move on with her life and turn that page off. I hope this is a good happy ending for everyone. In any case, that will be all for this video. I hope that you learned something. Please stay safe on the internet and have a nice day or night, everyone. Bye!